Hey, hey, hey. It is Thursday night and we are live. So, how are y'all doing?
Good.
Well,
All right.
better than last
Well,
week.
Yeah.
the veil between the worlds is thin this week as we discuss madness, family, isolation, and metaphysical identities in 3 films and a streaming series. I'm Hadley Thorne, and you are tuned in to Weird Realities Network. And you are Watching Weird. Watching Weird features science fiction, fantasy, and survival horror writers Alan Gamboa, Scott Baker, and Rich Restucci, who join me to discuss, debate, and review new releases along with their personal recommendations. So, what's up on the chopping block tonight, guys?
We have Cobweb, Five Nights at Freddy's, The Boogeyman, and you all have the Fall of the House of Usher, right?
Yeah, you didn't get a chance to see it.
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
It's totally worth it.
Oh,
Yes.
I hear nothing but good things about that series.
One of the best series I've seen this year.
Wow.
Well, you know, I'm the one introducing it, Alan, and I never give spoilers. So,
That's fine too if you do, because I'll get around to watching. I'm a person that spoilers don't bug me because I'll watch it anyway.
I'll watch it anyway, but it bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah. So you
but
can spoil
where's the
away.
crew tonight? Are we running
I
late?
don't
Or
know.
are
We've
they...
only got one person on, and I bet you that's my mother and little Stevie.
Oh, they'll come. They'll show up.
They're all still recovering from all that sugar high they probably had.
Or they're still trick or treating.
Yeah, right.
Trick or drinking?
Trick or drinking.
Yeah.
Well, we missed you.
Hey, now
last
there's a
week.
great idea. Like in a retirement community, you go from house to house, but rather than taking a candy, you take a shot.
Well, they probably do that in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, the villages,
Yeah.
Yep.
the highest STD rate in the country.
Yep.
Buffett's place.
What color's your loofah, Scott?
Hey, Craig, we've got
Craig
3 in the
Ball.
house now.
Oh, there we
Craig's
go.
rolled in.
But only one is talking to us. Well, if you're there, hi, Ma.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Me too.
Y'all
We're
know I've
excited
been
to have
busy. Oh, there she is, beautiful Linda.
Oh,
Everybody had to warm up, I guess.
My apologies for missing last week, everyone. I was
We missed
infected, so I'm much better this weekend.
Good. Did you have COVID?
No, it was a flu. Influenza A.
Oh,
Ooh,
I got the flu shot Monday. I got sick Monday night.
wow.
I must have already had the flu when I got
well,
the
it was good then. I mean, it worked because, you got the shot and then the next day, very effective.
Yeah, right.
shot, right?
As advertised.
I must have already had it when I got the shot. I mean, you can't catch the flu from a flu shot. But it's still here a little bit. Much better.
Well, a little bit of you's enough.
Yeah,
what
that's
she
true,
said.
right? That's what everybody says.
Well, shall we move into our movies, I guess?
Who's going first?
Not it.
You see what Craig said? Screw you, Rich. You and your weak ass immune system. You got that right, buddy.
Well, Scott looks like he's ready to go.
All right.
Come on, buddy.
My movie is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I'm sure most of you listening in have not played the video game, but I'm sure you've had a family member who did. The minute this movie, they announced it was coming out, my niece and my nephew, Kira and little Stevie, adored this movie. This is like their entire life. This would be like Elvis Presley coming back, or the Beatles coming back to give a performance. We went to see the movie last week, and I'll tell you, from the point of view of someone who never played the games, never read the graphic novels, had no clue what I was getting into, it's a good movie. It is really good. Some fantastic acting, very creepy. Matthew Lillard is in it. He's got a bit part in the beginning. He's just phenomenal. And one of the best parts is the animatronic machines at Freddy's are actually animatronic machines. They were made purposely that way for the realism of the movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Some really creepy scenes. It's PG-13, so you don't see a lot of gore, but I've heard there's an R-rated, uncut version coming out that gets into it. Now, for any of you whose kids want to see it, my niece and nephew adored the movie. I asked, huh?
How old are your niece and nephew?
My niece is 17, my nephew's 11. And they've been playing this game for years. They loved it because they said it was very true to the book, to the game and the graphic novel. They didn't change much of anything. They added like a character, the young little girl, Abby, who's the main character's daughter. She's not in the game, but adding her to the movie didn't affect anything. They loved it. They said it was everything they expected and much more. And it's got to be popular because it's beaten every opening night record. I mean, it's the money flowing in for this movie is phenomenal. I enjoyed it. I might go watch it again someday just to see what I missed, but it definitely worth it.
Well, that's good.
Has anybody else seen it?
Oh,
I saw it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
You watched it, Alan, too?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So what did you guys think?
Hadley?
I enjoyed it. It was not what I expected, but y'all know I'm not a gamer, so I had no preconceived notions going into it. I liked the setup, and I liked how they weave the dream and how he was looking into his dreams, and I liked all that into it. This is because that's something I'm personally into are my dreams and dissecting them and all that. So that was just an interesting piece to see. I I thought it was going to be scarier, but I guess maybe I was comparing it in my head to that weird Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one you mean. Yeah.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I think I kept calling it Willie's.
You
to-
did.
to-
You threw
to
me off
Rich.
because I didn't know what you were talking about.
But I kind of thought it was supposed to be the sequel to that or something. So I just didn't know. And like I said, I enjoyed it, and it was totally different. And I really liked how it set up. And I didn't see. And of course, you know, I've kind of been discombobulated, so maybe it was just I was just busy. But I didn't see the reveal of who the villain was.
Oh.
Oh.
So I thought that was kind of neat. I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was not a bad movie. In fact, I think that I enjoyed all movies this week. Some more than others, but I thought they were all worth watching. They were all good Halloween picks.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich, what'd you think?
So I am a gamer, but I never played this game. And my son had played this game, and I had watched it a few times. One of my favorite things actually is sitting down with a beer and watching my son play video games because it's funny. Him and his friends, but it's really funny. And this was one of the games that he played. And it was a pretty cool looking video game. I mean, it wasn't all that, but it was all right. So I went into this movie with some expectations. Excuse me. But not like dyed in the wool. Excuse me, dyed in the wool expectations like a lot of the gamers had. I thought the movie was pretty good. It's nothing that I need to see again. I honestly thought it's a different type of movie than Willy's Wonderland. They both have the animatronic, things that kill people. But where Willy's Wonderland is really, they're evil and out to get you. These things are more driven and there's a purpose behind it. I think it's worth seeing. You should definitely see it, but don't hold your expectations too high if you're an adult. If you're a kid, you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. There's a lot there for kids, and they did throw in a little gore. There was some stuff that I did not think they would do in a PG-13 movie that they did. Specifically, there's a scene where a few bad guys go into, Freddy's, which is like, it's an old pizza joint, almost like a Chuck E. Cheese, and the animatronics kill them, and it's pretty gory. I was actually kind of surprised at how gory it was. Again, not going to win any horror awards from us, but it was good. It's worth seeing. I'll leave it there, Alan.
Yeah, it'll never make you look at Chuck E. Cheese the same way. I mean, it's just totally, totally rips off Chuck E. Cheese, and that was their intent. I enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna be like Willy's Wonderland, which I enjoyed. Willy's Wonderland. Nicolas Cage doing his stuff with his power drink, his little dance was awesome. But this movie was entertaining. You got Matthew Lillard, he's great. You ever catch him in anything, he nails it.
Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games, he played good. He did good. The thing that really saved this movie was the acting.
Yeah.
Except for the female cop. She was a little bit
stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really didn't care for her character that much. But it's revealed at the end, and that's kind of cool. That little part. And then you have Mary Stuart Masterson from the 80s. Hadn't seen her in a movie in 20 years.
I don't think she's done a movie.
Yeah. She was great as evil aunt,
Oh,
She nailed that role.
Yeah, definitely. This is a fun movie. I recommend it. It's not like you said, Rich. I wouldn't watch it again. The big reveal was kind of cool, but listen, and you'll catch it. If you listen, you'll catch it before the head comes off. If you're kind of doing something and not paying attention, it'll get you'll be like, oh yeah, okay.
One thing I loved about this movie, there were cosplayers there. I have never gone to a movie where it was almost like a convention. People were talking about it afterwards. My niece and nephew were chatting with a bunch of people. It was very popular. I'm glad it satisfied the fan base.
Oh yeah.
They're giving it like a 10. On a scale of 1 to 5, they're giving it a 10.
Wow. Well, I'd never seen cosplay at a theater except for when I went and saw the Batman in '89, and there were people dressed up like crazy and talking about it, going crazy. But that was an event movie.
I thought you were going to say Rocky Horror.
No, I've been to Rocky Horror. Those are fun.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
Of Alan and fishnets, dressed up as Frankenfurter.
We got rope-a-dope. I was in high school, and we met this girl at this haunted house that these high schools were putting on together. And me and my buddy was like, okay. And she's like, hey, want to go to Rocky Horror? And we're like, yeah, sure. Never been to it. Never heard of it. Let's go, And boy, our eyes were opened. It was fun. That's the only way to see that movie is at a live audience.
My second wife can't believe that during a live performance of Rocky Horror at one of the conventions with some of the cast members, I fell asleep halfway through.
It's fun live. If you watch it, just kind of, it's not that good, but live.
It was right in front of us. I was like 10 seats away from the stage, and the next thing I know, I'm like.
I used to go to this bar where at midnight, all the waitresses would jump on the bars, and they'd do the time warp. That was fun. But anyway,
so
Rich, what were you saying? Huh?
What do we rate Five Nights?
Rich?
I'll give it a 3.5. I think it was worth seeing. I don't need to see it again, but it was worth seeing. 3.5.
Hadley?
3.5.
Scott?
4.
Oh. I'll take you a 3.5 on that too. But it wouldn't be one I would watch again.
Let me just interrupt. Craig, who was causing the riots, the kids or the parents?
We used to go there after softball because they had $5 pitches of beer, and we'd go in there and just get stupid drunk. Being young, right?
Oh yeah, young and stupid go together.
So 3.5. for 3 of us and 4 for you, Scott.
Oh, God, yeah.
So
and like I said, my niece and nephew gave it a 10.
Well, that's good. And I think
That's called the enthusiasm of youth.
Yes.
I think a younger audience is going to enjoy this film more.
Yeah.
Well,
I
the
agree.
big thing was it stays true to the game. And their biggest fear was they were going to take it like Resident Evil or
Right.
Doom or something and just completely screw it up. But they did a great job on it.
I have to ask this because I wondered when watching this. Does the video game have a pedophile?
I don't know.
It's a
I
dark
don't-
video game, though.
Yeah, it's
Is it that dark though? I mean,
I don't know.
how dark is dark now?
Right? Right.
Yeah.
Not being a video game player, I got questions.
Right.
I don't know. They never said anything about it, but
It, you said the girl wasn't part of the video game, but it seems like she would fit in the video game, that character.
exactly.
But no, it was a good flick. Yeah, go out and rush out and see it, or sit in front of Peacock and watch it.
See it in the theater. It's worth seeing once in the theater. Unless you've got like 12 kids, then just sit them in front of Peacock for a while.
Right. And there's in credit scenes, right? There's in credit scene.
What were the
Yes.
end credit scenes?
Like after the first roll of credits, I think it's with that taxi driver and something happens.
I guess I'm going to go back and watch that.
It's not.
3
I mean-
seconds. It's 3 seconds. It's,
Yeah. It's real
Did
short.
you guys? Did you see it in the theater?
No, I saw it.
Oh.
I don't go around people.
We saw it in the theater, and the scene in the restaurant when the waiter was asking the evil aunt and the lawyer all the questions, everybody broke up, and they broke up when they first saw the cab driver. The reason is those guys were YouTubers that always talked about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh wow.
So it's a guest appearance in the movie. There's a reason why they're there.
Oh, that's cool.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Those little things like that,
Yeah.
Those things
I
make
like
me happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easter egg.
Well, shall we move on?
Sure.
Let's.
You
You.
look like you want to say something.
You can do whatever. Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to get the film Cobweb. Made in 2023, Cobweb it's yet another Boogeyman movie. So this little boy Peter he's a bullied kid who lives with his crazy parents, Anthony Starr and Lizzie Kaplan. I've never seen a little boy before, but Anthony Starr is Homelander, and Lizzie Kaplan, she's a dark-haired woman. You've seen her in several things. She's in Now You See Me Too.
She played in the Misery.
Yeah.
The Kathy Bate role in the Misery miniseries.
I never saw it.
Castle Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Castle Rock.
And she also is in the new Basic Instinct. She cray. She got the crazy eyes.
Yeah, he
She
nailed
started
it.
out as a comedic actress.
Yeah, she was funny in that other movie that I mentioned. But anyway, right off the bat, you can tell there's something up with the parents. They just seem a bit off. So after being bullied at school, Peter wants to go trick-or-treating for Halloween, but his parents won't let him because a little girl went missing while trick-or-treating years before. A little overprotective, maybe. You don't know. Peter hears a tapping in his walls one night, and he tells his parents, who shockingly don't believe him. The tapping upgrades to a young girl's voice, which got a little spooky, and she tells Peter that she wants to be his friend. She tells Peter to stick up for himself, so the kid does what any psycho kid would do, and he pushes the bully down the stairs, whereupon the bully breaks his leg at school. Peter gets expelled, and his dad locks him in the basement behind the refrigerator, because that's where all basement doors are. There's chains and what looks like a shackle down there. So clearly there was someone has at some time been chained up down there. And there's also this weird grate in the floor with a deep pit underneath it. And there's a teddy bear in the pit. The pit contains a teddy bear. So the whole thing is kind of weird. So when they let the poor kid out of the cellar, he seeks out the voice in his bedroom. And she tells him that she's his sister and that her parents are evil. And she wants Peter to let her out. The whole time, Peter's substitute teacher, Miss Divine, I think her name was, is doing everything she can to get fired by repeatedly visiting the kid's house and pissing off the already weird parents. You know, that dynamic was a little odd too, because you can't do that nowadays. So, pushed into action by this disembodied wall voice, Peter does something drastic to his parents. I don't want to wreck it for you guys because this is a movie you should probably watch. He frees his sister, and we find out that the girl on the wall is not so very nice. The bully's teenage cousins break into the house just as Peter's sister is running amok, and they meet their grisly ends. Enter the substitute teacher, who tries to save Peter from the creature, because that's what this is. And the reason that she's in the wall is because her horrified parents locked her away years ago. So once the kids, the breakers, the break-ins are all dead, a battle ensues. I don't want to tell you which way it goes. There's a battle between the creature and Peter and the substitute teacher. The film's pretty decent, but it takes a long time to get to the good stuff. Once you're there, though, the tension amps up and it doesn't let go. The creature is one of those really cool, walk on all fours and crawl on the wall like a spider people. But I do have some technical issues. She's pretty strong, real fast, and she's got these claws, and she's all, walking funny, and it's pretty cool. She's been locked in the walls behind a clock for years. So if she was all that, like all strong, super strong and fast and like that, why didn't she just bust through the plaster with a 4-inch claws? That kind of bothered me, that bit of it. There's a bit of a supernatural aspect in that she's, I don't know if you want to call her deformed, but she's really creepy looking and spooky, with the long claws and big teeth and like spread apart eyes, big forehead. Long hair with spiders in it, like really long, like 10-foot hair with spiders crawling in it and stuff like that. So the creature effects were really good. But like I said, it took way too long to get to the good stuff. This is a movie that I might actually watch again just to see if I missed anything, because I think there might be some creep in there that got past me. I just watched it a little while ago. Just watched it tonight right before the show. And again, I think I might watch it again just to see what I missed. What did you guys think? Scott?
I agree with you. The first hour of the movie sucked. I almost shut it off. Then about an hour into it, it starts creeping up. And like Rich said, the minute they turn on that heat, it's a slow boil, like a pot of water with a frog in it. And the special effects were good. It was really creepy. I loved what happened to those asshole kids. I was so rooting for them to get what was coming to them, and they did. The last 30 minutes made the movie for me. It was really good, really creepy, really gory. The parents were just foobar. That's the only way to describe them. The father was like, one minute he was like trying to be a nice father. The next minute he was screaming. You could just tell the mother was off the walls. She was crazy. And, the poor kid, he's picked on in school. His mother's a nut job. His father's a nut job. And yeah, I did find that the substitute teacher trying to reach out to him. But
Miss Divine.
But I kind of wrote
that
that
her
off.
stripper name?
Well, maybe she was a teacher, substitute. She had to do something at night to make money. But I mean, I could see that being a new teacher, because it was like one scene where one of the old teachers says, "Yeah, don't worry about it. You get used to it after a while." So, but I thought the end of it made the movie worth it.
Hadley?
I had some issues with some of the stuff, but that hair got me, man. It had the spiders in it, and I was like, oh hell, there's like a big mat moving, and it's like, oh, that's her hair. Yeah, I did not like that. It was creepy. Anthony Starr is one of my favorite actors, so I can't like diss on him too bad, because he does play creepy really good, but he's also was in Banshee. Y'all know that's like some of my favorite stuff. But oh my god, what the f? Did y'all wonder like what? So number one, why didn't anyone report them to child services when the daughter disappeared?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't know the daughter disappeared. They never really went into. I think when the daughter was born, she was born like that, like creepy, like that.
Like they just put her in the wall.
They just put her away. Yeah,
Let's just try again.
Exactly. Well, they were crazy. The parents were nuts. That was part of the point of it.
But were they that nuts? Because when there's a scene with the mom like on the floor and gurgling, and she's like, "Don't let her out," and it's like they knew she was evil. They kept her locked up for a reason.
Or did locking her up make her evil?
Oh,
that's how
devil's advocate. Yeah. I don't know. I had questions. I've got questions, but also the substitute teacher was totally out of line. She was like not keeping her job. She was not really doing anything proactive for this kid. And then remember when he like came up behind her with the hammer and all that? Why didn't she get the F out of that house? I thought he's going to hit her. Yeah, but she should have called child services or the popo. There's a lot of ways this could have turned that might not have ended the way it did. But anyway, sorry, I just read Craig's comment and got sidetracked. Where'd you go, Alan? What you been doing, Alan?
Well, 6-year-olds are kind of fun, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And my Quentin, he was in there and he's got this hairspray for Halloween, that you wash out. And he had it in the bathtub with him. He sprayed some part of himself.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What color?
Glittery? Is it?
It's purple.
Nice.
it's the poor guy, I guess he got some inside himself.
Oh no.
Oh. This just took a dark turn, kind of like Cobweb.
Yeah. So he's soaking right now.
Poor thing.
The poor kid.
Of course, Tina had to get me because she doesn't have that equipment. So.
Well, I've heard tell of a lady after Halloween that was going to see the OBGYN, and she took what she thought was like a feminine spray.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
And when she got to the doctor, he said, "Ma, aren't we festive today?" And she did not know how to take that, was very, very offended, and got home and saw why he thought that. Well, she had taken the glitter spray.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what would make you want to do that, but he did it, so.
Well, she should have known when he shone the light in there, and it was like a disco behind her.
Anyway, so Cobwebs, Alan, what did you think about it?
It was really eerie, the whole dynamic of the family, and it was just like, there's something going on there in that those kids were such assholes, and they were young, and they were almost demonic in the way that they hated this kid.
Recess is coming.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that it was the younger kids' older cousins or brothers.
Well, the ones that were on the bus and stuff, and they were like, we're gonna get you, and it's
in
like
the classroom, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, gosh,
Sadly, that's the way they are today.
Oh, well, they had it coming, and Scott, all of them.
They also had to make them major assholes.
Yeah.
So you could just thrill in what happens to them.
Right. You could take them out and without feeling guilty.
Well, I got to go back and ask. I mean, they had a big pit in their basement. When they build that, I mean, that
They
becomes
built
the
that
house.
for her. She said that. She said they had me locked up, and then finally they threw me in the wall. That was her teddy bear. Her name was Sarah. Wasn't her name Sarah?
So, yes, I
But
can't
the
remember.
wall is different than the big pit to
Yeah.
hell that was underneath the basement. I mean,
I'd rather have her in the pit than the wall.
I don't know. I guess I just don't understand how, with her, the creature that she was, being able to run around the ceiling and the walls and stuff like that, how she couldn't get out of the wall. I mean, it was plaster for.
well, she had to grow. So, I mean, like, if she was a little creepy baby, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Right,
know.
but
But
she
I mean,
wasn't.
how old could she have been?
She was probably 15, right? They kept her in there for 12 years.
Don't know.
I don't know. It was. I don't know. Was she
I don't
20?
know.
I
It was.
don't know. She was big. So
Yeah. Yeah. It had its moments. It's so one of those movies that doesn't make sense.
pardon
Well,
me.
that's
Really.
what I'm saying. I got too many questions. I needed a draft to
That's
go.
why I want to watch it again. That's exactly why I wanted to. Why I want to see it the second time, so that I can go back and catch the stuff that I missed. Because I know she talked about being in that pit.
Yeah.
She did. The pit was very tough. But
It was creepy. It was a creepy movie. I wouldn't watch it again
no, I have
unless I
no
was like
desire.
rich and curious. But it just like Scott was saying in the last half, last part made it worth it because the active parents were just so distant and so odd
Yeah.
that you knew from the get-go something's wrong.
Well, there's a lot of they could have handled that a lot better too.
Yeah.
Well,
they were crazy. That was part of it. One of the things that I
they
got
weren't
from
crazy enough to kill it though.
well, it was their kid. I mean,
Yeah,
They didn't love it
because their
though.
own kid.
I don't know.
Oh no, but let's lock it up and torture it. I mean,
Did they love it? Maybe they did love it. And Anthony Starr said, we don't do violence. But one of the things about the little missing girl is, I thought that Sarah might have killed the little girl, and they locked her up for that. They didn't want to see her get in trouble, so they put her in the wall. I don't know. That was just one theory I had. But it was odd that, because I don't want to wreck it for anybody, but you find out what happened to the little girl where she went missing. So it was just another idea.
Yeah. No, it leaves a lot open. So I mean, and intentionally or not, who knows? So what do you guys, Hadley? What do you give this one?
I'm probably gonna go with a 3.
All right, Scott.
I enjoyed it, but it's not something I will ever watch again.
Gotcha.
3.5 for the last half hour. For the first hour, barely made a 1.
Scott, Rich.
I'll also give it a 3.5. I have questions. I want to watch it again. I think it's just I don't want to waste time watching it right now because I'm not that into it. But at some point, I want to see that again just to say what was that about, and see if they answer those questions. So I'll give it a 3.5 right now.
All right, I'll give it a 3. It's not one I would think I would visit again, just because getting to it was just, I'd fast forward it, I think, to the end of the movie, in half of the movie. So, but it's worth checking. It is worth checking out. It really is. If you want to see something creepy, some good effects,
It's a good Halloween movie.
it is.
Yeah,
it is. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go to the Boogeyman. And I guess that leaves me, because Hadley's got the Fall of the House of Usher. I didn't even know he had a house that had fallen. Anyway.
Well, he wasn't a good carpenter.
Yeah. Mine's the Boogeyman. And the plot is there's a psychiatrist that works from home. His name's Will Harper. He's got a teenage daughter and like a 9-year-old daughter. And his wife has recently passed, so everybody's sad, upset. The family dynamic coming apart because of this. And the dad doesn't listen to her, and he doesn't. Like a lot of dads, you just try to fix things. You don't listen. I think we're all guilty of that. But anyway, Will Harper has he's got the office in his house. This guy comes in all disheveled, wanting to have an appointment with him, talk to him about something. And against his better judgment, he starts talking to this guy, brings him in. This guy starts talking about how his 3 kids had all died. 2 of them they thought were SIDS, and then this guy found out that there's this creature, the Boogeyman, that has killed all his kids. And this guy's just all, creepy and upset. And so Will goes and says, "Hey, you want some coffee or something?" And he's like, "All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom." So he leaves, calls the cops, says, "Hey, I got this guy here, he scares me, I think he might do harm." So while he's on the phone with the cops, this guy goes upstairs and kills himself in the wife's studio closet. Well, the daughter finds the body, and he didn't really kill himself. There is actually a creature that feeds on the sorrow of people, and now it's transferred itself to the Harper's house, and it starts to terrorize the older daughter and the younger daughter. And the dad, of course, like all dads in horror movies, doesn't believe the girls. And so horror hijinks follow. And there's only a few deaths in this movie. There's not too many, but the creature I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's a lot of CGI, but it's actually done really well. And so the family has to band together to destroy this creature. And I don't want to give anything away because it's a fairly new movie, 2023, and it's worth the watch. It stars nobody really famous. Chris Messina, he's from the Mindy Show and a bunch of other shows. He's mostly a comedic actor. He plays the dad. The 2 daughters have been in the Star Wars series. The younger one played Princess Leia, and I forgot who the older one played, but really no one notable. The crazy guy is the dude from the second Suicide Squad movie, Dot Man. The guy that played Dot Man. And no, it's creepy. Has some good creature effects in it. It's nothing new. Watch it though. It's worth a watch. Let's see everybody else.
Scott.
All right. It was sort of like Cobweb. The first hour dragged, and then all of a sudden it starts picking up. And the last half hour, 40 minutes was good. It was extremely creepy, kept you on the edge of your seat. The monster itself was really good. I enjoyed the end of this movie. And this one, like Cobweb, I want to watch again because I know I missed stuff in it. Because I got so bored with the beginning, I was doing other stuff. But yeah, it definitely was. The ending saved the first part of the movie.
What about you, Bob?
What did I think?
Yeah.
I had to watch this movie 2 different times. I had to take a break. I started watching it the other night, and it was dark outside because it's gotten real dark early. So it's real dark, and it's creepy, and I live by myself, and I've just moved to another bedroom that from my bed I can see outside into my garage, and I just kept thinking, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night, Heather, you're going to look out there, and there are going to be some eyes looking at you, and you're going to freak out, and this is going to end bad. So I decided I'll watch this tomorrow in the daylight. And so it took me 2 times, and I did finish it. It is creepy as all get out. The creature really creepy. It was really well done. I love Chris Messina, so I was disappointed there wasn't more of him. But the little girl who played the older sister, she did so well. I really just kind of forgot he was even in the movie. But yeah, this one is a solid 4 for me. I would say that I would watch it again.
Scott or Rich, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one was a good one. Like Scott said, it takes a minute to get going, but throughout that, the slow parts, excuse me, there are certain portions of the slow parts that are just, they threw a creep in there, a little creep factor. There's one scene once the creature decides it wants to be part of, this family, where it's, of course, it's going after the little girl, and she's got this little glow. It's like a moon. It's this like a light, and it turns on, and it's wireless, and it's a moon, and it's a ball. It's really cool. And so she sees the thing come out of the closet and go under the bed. She's like, I wonder what that could be. And so she takes her little moon and she puts it down there, and she's looking under the bed and she can't see anything, but there's something way off in the shadows under the bed, and she sees these two little eyes, and she rolls the moon at it, and you can see the thing just scurry away, and you're like, oh shit, that was pretty spooky. And you get that 4 or 5 times throughout the show. Sorry for the 4-letter word there, buddy. I didn't know your kid was coming in. But it's definitely worth seeing. The acting is really good. I was really surprised. The guy that ended up hanging himself, he's in Ant-Man. He's the Russian guy in Ant-Man. And he played really well. But one of the things we haven't talked about was his wife. The creature had come from his family, had killed his children, and they were trying to catch it and kill it over there. And his wife was just nuts. She was crazy, and she was trying to kill it. So what she did was she lured the older girl over there and tried to use her as bait, and shot the thing a bunch of times with a shotgun. And the thing's like, yeah, I don't really care about your stupid bullets. And I'm pretty sure anyway that it killed her as the other girl escaped.
It ripped her in half.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. There were a bunch of asshole kids in this one as well, but they unfortunately did not get theirs like they did in Cobweb. This is definitely a movie that everybody should see. Don't put this one off. This one was, I think, the best of the 3 films that we watched.
Wow.
You should definitely be ready for some creep factor on this. The creature effects are very good for the budget this movie must have had. There weren't a lot of big names. There weren't any big names in the film, but the creature effects, like I said, definitely worth it. It's got those like insect spider legs, and it's like it's human shaped kind of, but you got to see it. Big teeth, and then at the end when it was doing this like sucking terror out of the girl, maybe, or her life force. I don't know. There's like these black tendrils that are coming out of the girl, and that was really cool. These arms reach out of its mouth, and it was great.
Oh yeah.
So definitely see this film. Don't put this one off. What do you guys rate it?
Hadley?
I already said 4.
Nice.
Scott?
4.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 4 too. I like this.
Ooh. I'm going to give this one 3.5. Just there's some parts in there where like, I don't, like they had all those candles out, which looked cool, but it didn't do any good. It still came across candles. And I mean, that's not why I gave it 3.5, but that was a part that just like, wow, and when you're shooting a monster, don't stop shooting it.
Yeah.
Make sure its head is mash. No one ever shoots the head, unless you're in a zombie movie. Most things you can kill them by taking the head. But
that's one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest complaints my family here has. You hit him once, he goes down, and then you like sit in the corner with your back to it and cry.
Yeah.
No,
monologue.
I agree with you. You just, until the head is just a pile of blood and mush, you just keep it up.
Yeah. Hello, police. Yeah, it's dead. I killed it, and that's basically what happens. Yeah, but it's a good movie, worth to watch. It's definitely a good horror movie. I mean, you never want to look under your bed.
No.
That's only because I don't clean
your feet hanging off the bed.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't sleep with any. If I can avoid it, I don't. No part of my body is hanging off the bed.
You don't want anything to grab you.
I know.
Well, back in my old house, everything hanged off the bed because the two boxes in the middle of the night would just push. I'd wake up teetering on the edge.
That's what I like about hotels. A lot of them don't have space under their beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know what's buried between the board at the bottom.
People like to go home.
True. So I guess we move on to Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah.
Or Usher.
I am super excited to talk about this because I really enjoyed this. So I will say this, that if you're expecting it to be like the Edgar Allan Poe story, you're going to be disappointed, but not for long, because what Mike Flanagan and Netflix did is amazing. For those of y'all not familiar with Mike Flanagan, he did The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass. I think he also did Dr. Sleep. I could be wrong about that, though. Anyway, so they've taken and just made this kind of an homage to Edgar Allan Poe, and there's all these little Easter eggs if you're familiar with Poe's writing. But so let me go back and just give it a little setup. So this is about two ruthless siblings who have built a family dynasty on a pharmaceutical company. And as the story starts, their empire is beginning to crumble, and their heirs are mysteriously dying one by one. And each episode and each of the children has a tie-in to one of the Edgar Allan Poe famous stories. So this starred Mary McDonald, Bruce Greenwood, and Carla Gugino. And for anybody who's seen these other Mike Flanagan shows, he has actors that he's reusing, and it's fabulous. And I just can't say enough about this. I mean, if you liked any of these other movies that he's done, you're going to be blown away by this. It starts off with, I guess, Bruce Greenwood playing Roderick Usher, and his sister Madeline's played by Mary McDonald, who is, I remember her most from Dances with Wolves, but
No, she's good.
she's great. I mean, and it's just fabulous. And I know, Alan, I know you haven't seen it, so I really don't want to ruin it for anybody, because it is so incredibly well done that everybody needs to watch it. So, yeah, I know that I'm more interested in hearing what Scott and Rich have to say about it. So I'm not going to go any further, but I will say that Mark Hamill's in it, and he plays Gordon Pym, aka the Pym Reaper, and he's my favorite character in this show. He's incredible. Couldn't believe it was Mark Hamill, which, for those of you who don't know who Mark Hamill is, you deserve to be burned at the stake.
No, I
It wasn't
agree
he
with
in
you. I'm
Corvette
like,
Summer? Wasn't he in
I'm
Corvette
listening
Summer?
to, like, I know that guy. I know that actor. And at the end of the first one, when I saw the credits, it was like, no effing way.
He was in Corvette Summer, right? With Andy Potts. Yeah.
That dude.
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill's
Maybe.
that guy.
He was so good.
What did you think of it, Scott?
And he played such an unlikely character. It was so against what he usually plays. It was phenomenal. I mean, you really love hating his character in the movie. I loved it. It's the best series I've seen this year so far. Acting is brilliant. The plot is well scripted. It hooks your attention in. By the end of the first episode, I was like, okay, this is okay. And then at the end of the first episode, it was like, oh shit, I gotta binge watch this. I did it in 2 days. It was so good. I love the way they incorporate all of the other Edgar Allan Poe stories into it. The deaths were brilliantly executed and gory as hell, especially the first one. I loved that one, though I can't remember what story it's from.
The Mask of the Red Death.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I saw his other one, Midnight Mass. I thought it was really good. I'm now going to watch all the rest of his shows. That's how much I like this. This one is, if you like horror, if you like suspense, you definitely got to see this one.
Well, and if you like the others, it has Easter eggs all through it, which my favorite Easter egg, because it's one of the creepiest shows I've ever seen, is the Gerald's Game nod. That if you didn't see Gerald's Game, it stars Bruce Greenwood and Carla, I can't say her name.
Gugino?
No.
Yeah, and she's someone I think she should have gotten more attention when she was younger because she's a really good actress, but gorgeous. But she was in Gerald's Game; they starred in it, and so I don't know if Mike Flanagan did it, but that again, it was a nod. They did a nod to it in there in one scene. Somebody's watching TV, and you're watching Gerald's Game up on Netflix. So it was just kind of a cool kind of catch there.
And one more thing. Near the end, I can't remember if it's the last or the next to last episode, you find out the twist. You find out why everything is happening. And I think it was just absolutely great. If you didn't despise some of the characters before this, you despise them now.
Well, and one of the things that someone pointed out to me, Jennifer Sammons pointed out, because she watched it when she was here visiting me. I pulled it on one night and started watching it, and she's like, it has a lot of ties into the reality of what happened with some pharmaceutical family.
Oh,
that they were caught up in the opioid stuff.
Oh, didn't know that.
I didn't either. So that's Jennifer's contribution. But yeah, she was saying, "Oh my God, you need to watch this, and it's so much like this. And is this based on this family?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just know the Edgar Allan Poe stuff." So
somebody earlier had mentioned that they had not seen any of the Fall of the House of Usher movies. After watching this, I watched the one with Vincent Price. Don't bother. That one is so bad, not even Vincent Price can save it.
Oh, I've seen the originals, yeah. I did like the Mask of the Red Death or whatever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tricky one.
Good. You'll like Fortunato too.
Oh. Fortunato.
Yeah, this show, this is one of the must-watch shows that came out of 2023. It's got a lot going for it. If you've seen anything by Mike Flanagan, all of the actors in this have been in all of his other stuff. Well, I think every one of them. Excuse me. It's not an action-based series. It's definitely more horror/drama. It does not have a fast pace. So you need to know that going in. This is not, it's a slow burn, but it's never boring. It is a little slow, but it's not, I wouldn't call it boring. And then you really start getting into it, and then it just amps up times 1,000 again. Excuse me. But like I said, it's never weak. It's always strong. All of the people, that whole family, every one of them is a total asshole. They're all just bad, just crappy people. Not necessarily evil, although some of them are. Some of them don't care about the lives of other people as long as they get what they want. But Carla Gugino's role in this is, you're going to figure it out pretty quickly that you don't really know if it's supernatural or if she's just weird or if there's more than one of her, because there's a lot of time jumps, and those time jumps you can see you can see things. She played that role to a T perfectly. I mean, they all did. Like all of the people, all of the actors that played the Usher's children were just dicks, and all of them just nailed it. They just crushed it. This is kind of must watch. I think you really should get down and see this. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm trying to tell you what happened without giving spoilers, because honestly, if you don't watch this one, you're missing something huge.
Yeah.
That's about what I got. I would give this series a solid 4.5. It was.
Man, I haven't heard a bad thing about it.
Yeah, it like I said, other than a little bit of the pacing, I think they could have beefed it up a little, but they didn't have to, because, like I said, that slow burn catches up.
Right.
So I'll give it a 4.5. What do you guys give it?
I'm going to give it a 5.
Nope. There we go. Look at that. 4.9 and 5.
Mine's TBD.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
TBD.
Oh, you're gonna
like
love
it.
this one.
Yeah, you're going to
You
love
are
it,
gonna-
Alan.
Tina's
gotta
gonna love
finish
it.
I got to finish The Shield. I'm on the last 4 episodes.
That has one of my favorite episodes ever, or scenes, I should say, is when it's got the canine.
Oh, yeah.
I love that scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Actually thought of you when I saw that. I thought Ellie probably liked that. But
You know what I started watching was I'm sorry, Alan.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I watched Fear Street. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a 3 films.
We did a show. We did a
Did
show on that.
we do it? I didn't remember. I had not seen. It must have been pre me, because I didn't see
Yeah,
that
it was.
until just now, and I thought that was really well done. It was excellent. It was 3 slasher movies that go sort of backwards in time, and then they jump forward again at the end, and it was excellent. And on your recommendation, Alan, I started watching 30 Coins. Holy crap, that's excellent!
Isn't it Gonzo?
Is. Yeah, what?
It's Gonzo, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's weird and creepy, and the creatures are just great. That freaking spider creature, the spider baby. Oh man, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me also drop Totally Killer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one
movie.
Karen and Shipka.
I
Young
think
blonde
so,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That one was great. The time travel, just the whole this generation versus the 80s generation. I love that one.
Scott, you'll love 30 Coins, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Yeah,
It's a shame it's not dubbed.
Well, the second season is.
So about that, the second season is dubbed.
Yeah, and it's good.
Have you watched the second season, Alan?
Yeah, I'm in the episode 1 or 2.
Yeah, the second episode I think just came out.
Yeah, this dub. So the voices work really well too. It's not really bad, horrible dubbing. No, it's worth it. If you like supernatural, religious horror with monsters, and it's great. And for you, Ash, there's a lot of skin in it.
Yes.
So.
Oh,
Sorry.
now you got me sold.
What you're known for there, Ash, is lots of skin, boobs.
Spicy
Hallie,
food,
I think you'd enjoy it
guns, and
too.
drinking, and boobs.
I tried to watch it. I just couldn't get into the subtitle thing. But I think that's something I have to be in the mood for.
Yeah. The
But
second season, though, is dubbed, but you got to watch the first season to know what the hell's going on in the second season. Oh, yeah, Craig, there's skin in it. Yeah, I forgot you're here, too.
You boys.
How about you, Hallie? You got any suggestions?
Gosh, I don't know. What have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of YouTube, so I don't know. Watching crazy stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. So is Tina.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of old crappy movies. You know, my sister here has a Stream Picks, and I've just been downloading like all of the old Vincent Price movies and all the old C movies from the 1950s and 60s. So I've been getting caught up on those.
Oh, good. Good. YouTube cat videos, sadly.
No, not cat videos.
Nothing
I
wrong
want
with
to
the
actually
cat
watch a
video.
lot of like ex-military people.
You watch Donut Operator?
What's Donut Operator?
Oh, look him up. He's really good. He's really good.
I like watch Black Rifle Coffee Company and Fieldcraft Survival and some of the Andy Stump's got a bunch of stuff now like Ironclad, and of course y'all know I like Mike Ritland, Sean Ryan. Those are the shows I like to watch.
Check out Donut Operator. You won't be
Is
disappointed.
he eating donuts? I mean,
No,
what's
no,
going on there?
no. He's an ex-cop, I think he was in the Navy or something like that. But he shows videos of shootings and stuff like that and breaks them down. But he's hilarious. He is hilarious. If you can make shootings hilarious, he does.
I got 3 movies I'm looking forward to this month. Godzilla -0 coming out in December. Joaquin Phoenix is Napoleon coming out around Thanksgiving. And then there's a book that just, I don't know if you've heard of it, Zone of Interest. It deals with the family, Rudolf Hoss, who he was the commandant of Auschwitz. And the whole movie deals with how the family loves living right outside the gates. The family life and how they enjoy it. They have a beautiful house. They say it is a really disturbing movie that they don't go into the Holocaust part of it. You can just turn on the news for that. They go into how this family is just so oblivious to what's going on right beside them.
Well, so for next week, what are we doing? Is that when we're starting our Band of Brothers stuff?
We could, yeah.
Yes.
Because I had handpicked a movie that looked like a really good new movie with some World War II vibes, I think. But y'all have the list,
Yeah.
and none of us have it at our fingertips.
No.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was reading. Craig had finished reading Chronicles of Paul 2. Craig, don't forget, Chronicles of Paul 3 just came out. And let me find that list. Hadley's going to be mean to me if I don't find it.
I'm not going to be mean to you.
Yes, you are. I made the list and nobody has it. So.
That's not just for you.
I've got it
You're
somewhere.
you're not on the island alone there, Scott.
I've got it somewhere.
They're going to vote me off, though.
The island's thinking, brother.
It's in my
damn.
photo.
Oh, here it is.
Gotta go through all my
Okay,
names.
for let's see, November 2nd, we had Mind Cage. Isn't he related to Nicolas Cage?
Which Alan made us
11
not do.
The 9th of November is Operation Napoleon. The 16th is War Horse.
Oh,
The
is that the one,
22nd
Hadley?
is out. The 22nd is 3rd annual turkey contest. The 30th is Shrapnel. And we'll cut that one to pieces. And December 7th is 3 Days in Malay.
Okay, Operation Napoleon is going to be great. And it is.
What's it about?
Oh, y'all don't look up the stuff I send y'all. I knew this was going to be one we'd all want to watch, so that's why I picked it.
I've seen the previews.
This is about a lawyer who is sucked into an international conspiracy after being accused of a murder she didn't commit. Her only chance of survival lies in uncovering the secret of an old German World War II airplane discovered on Iceland's largest glacier. So this is an Icelandic movie. It stars Ian Glenn, who y'all might know from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the bear.
Yeah.
The
And
bear.
it looks fabulous. It looked. I mean, it had all the stuff that we liked. It had intrigue, murder, mystery, and Hitler. So
I
right
would
up your alley,
redo the
Scott.
last one. All the things we like, including Hitler.
well, no, Hitler's dead. I mean, it's a mystery surrounding this plane. They think that his body may be on.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hitler's not
I don't
dead. He reverted to his reptilian form and is living in Middle Earth. I've seen the
Oh, is
movie.
he on the moon now, or didn't we see that documentary
Yes, we
where he's on
saw
the
that.
moon
I think that was a
Came
thing
from the moon to the center of the earth.
with the sharks with
with
lasers?
Hillary.
And dinosaurs.
I don't mean to say that, but anyway, so that's what we're gonna do next week. So, whose movie night is it?
Oh,
See, I picked this one, right? So,
Scott,
ooh,
I want to say it's Hadley's turn, isn't it?
yeah, that's hers.
I
Napoleon.
picked, I think Rich picked, and then you.
So it's me.
Well, he picked last week.
No, I think it's
no, Tadley, it's you.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
you should know that, Hadley.
I
Oh,
got because I took so much time off. I'm very confused. All right, so I will have to think of something that matches this.
Operation Napoleon.
Yep.
No, Operation Napoleon's not the next week's movie. Mind Cage is next. Oh,
So
No,
Alan skipped Mind Cage. He didn't want to do it. So
okay. So we're doing Operation Napoleon next week. Okay.
yes, and it'll be like is it Veterans Day? What's next week?
oh yeah, Veterans Day is.
Yeah, so always try and do something for Veterans Day. Y'all know. So I will come up with a kind of picturesque movie to go with her.
alrighty then.
Right on.
Sorry, I'm reading what Craig is saying about happens when I don't show up.
Well,
I know. They just take over and they screw
That's
everything
true.
up. All the hard planning, Craig. All the hard planning.
all that
No,
testosterone.
we fly by the seat of our pants, and it's enjoyable. Yeah, had a good time. Hey,
Flag
Alan and I
theme
did great
movies.
last week. Alan and I did a great job last week.
We were
We
lonely
had
though.
no idea what we were doing.
Yeah,
Well, I'm proud of y'all for stepping out of your comfort zone.
and we didn't even do flag themed titty movies, so we're all right.
And we're gonna do those. We'll do those for New Year's.
Aren't those the one they keep in the back room at the video places?
Well, so our turkeys are coming up. Have y'all been planning your turkeys?
Nope.
Yes,
Not yet.
I've got mine.
I got mine.
Which one is yours? Or
Which
can you
one
not
is yours?
tell us?
I
Mine
told
is-
y'all mine the other day.
Mine's The Dead Next Door.
Oh,
It's on
God.
Tubi right now.
Well, I picked a Thanksgiving
busy.
themed movie where Parker Posey is convinced that she is Jackie O. So I feel like I'm going to win.
I don't know. You haven't seen The Dead Next Door.
Me? Come on, I picked some of the worst movies ever.
I don't know. Parker Posey. I could win. All right, kids, that's going to do it for us this week. We've gone over by about 10 minutes, and I just am happy to be back, and I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming.
Have a good
Hey,
one,
Weird,
everybody.
and tomorrow night on Weird Awakenings, the team is going to be discussing Weird Russia. So, Rich Restucci, Scott Baker, I'm hoping both of y'all will turn in or turn up. Alan,
Well, it might be
you know
hard.
anything about Weird Russia? Come on.
Yeah, I'm usually driving home at that time. That's what sucks. I'm driving home from work.
8 o'clock tomorrow night, my time. I'll be there.
All right. I'm going to try and talk Rich into it. I will talk to y'all later.
All right.
Stay
Take
weird,
care,
kids.
everybody.
Thanks for showing up.
Ciao.